Sup, my dudes, Valkyrja. It's been a minute since I looked at Star Rail revenue, and I want to look at the Star Rail revenue because I want to compare it to basically the usage in the MOC to show you guys Star Rail players are silly. Very silly. And not silly as in like the most popular high-selling unit ever. They're just goofy in general, and whenever it comes to what they're spending their money on. So, Seele, we can see, is more than double anybody here. Well, almost more than double. Seele absolutely popped off, but has also launched a game. Very hype launch. Game did amazing. I imagine the next banner, with it being PlayStation launch, should do pretty good. But this is also only iOS on the China market, so it's not going to really reflect on these charts specifically. On GenshinLab.com, it's not really going to reflect on these charts really well, but I imagine the next banner is going to sell well as well. So we have Seele at the top, Silver, Jingyuan, Donheng, Blade, Kafka, and then shockingly, Fushuan and Luocha at the very bottom. Fushuan has about 5 days left of her banner as of me saying this. This is 10/3/2023. She could probably, well, it's actually right now, it's 10/6/2023. So she has 5 days of her banner. I have it at the very end, so maybe she passes Kafka, but I don't see her passing Blade. So what does this mean? To me, this means that Star Rail players are very goofy whenever it comes to spending their money, or spending their jades, because if you go right on over to Priden.gg, they have really good website for calcs and stuff. They have had 13,000 people submit their memory of chaos clears, and are from random UIDs we scanned. So they had 13,000 memory of chaos clears, and this is what they got for character usage. Limited 5-star usage, 73% on Fushuan, the second worst selling unit of all time. 63% on Silverwolf, 60% on Luocha, the worst selling unit of all time, and then it goes on from there. The two most popular characters used, if they own them, are the two lowest selling. Well, two of the three most popular characters used are two of the lowest selling units of all time. So, what does this tell you? It tells you most people don't really like supports. They like to do damage. They don't like to survive. They just want to hit really hard. So that's kind of what people summon for. It's very similar to the Kazuha situation inside Genshin, and the fact that so many people undervalued Kazuha until he was gone and they had to wait for him to come back. Same thing happened to Luocha. Luocha turned out to be one of the MVPs of the game entirely. Fushuan's looking to be in a very similar situation, and how much she reduces the amount of damage you actually take, so you can very easily just auto a lot of MOC stages and kind of easily clear out Star Rail as a whole. So, at the end of the day, what do we learn? Star Rail players make bad financial decisions because they summon on things that don't really do, or basically they summon on things that they end up not using. So, Kafka, I imagine, is pretty low because she's very specific in team comp. She wants a DOT, not a lot of DOT players. Not a lot of people want DOT teams. Jingyuan. Now, I actually like talking about Jingyuan because a lot of people like mid-Yuan, He's actually decent. I'm not going to say he's good. He can actually do pretty good in the MOC. One, he just takes a lot of investment. And two, he's just slow. So you have to set up for him. You have to let him go ahead and get his one big hammer down on top of the enemy with Lightning Lord. And then you have to set up again. And that's kind of how you have to keep playing it with him. He can be a very strong unit though, because he has, I believe, probably the second highest damage multiplier next to Gigadan. So he does hit very hard with a multi-hit, so he can just absolutely wreck shields. I think Jingyuan's a lot better than people give him credit for, but at the end of the day, he still isn't that good for clearing in-game MOC content, but he's good for basically everything. So we go down to the 4 stars, and the only one with Giga usage is Ting Young, which is deserved. Lynx is super high up here because Lynx is just a little bit better than Natasha, or not even a little bit, just way better than Natasha. And I'm surprised to see Gamba Girl as low as she is. She's actually really good if you have her on some Eidolons. So, that's basically it. I just wanted to share this with you guys because I haven't done this in a minute. Haven't done talking about the revenue charts and which characters sold well versus sold poorly. And that versus the memories of chaos clears that Priden now has on their websites. I'm showing only MOC 10 stats. If I take this off, it changes a good little bit because people don't really need, they don't need the power of Luocha until then. But then you turn this on, and this is all the strong characters. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys think people are silly? Do you guys summoned for Fushuan or Luocha? And if you haven't summoned for either, let me know. Let me know how you guys are holding up. Let me know how your survivability is. Genuinely curious, because I couldn't imagine doing a lot of content without either of them. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.